All right, just flying along. My name's Andrew, and I know Paul pretty well. We're both in Seward. He teaches across the street from the church that I serve. And what I'm going to share in these next few minutes is just very basic, so I won't mind if you tune out if you're aware of this stuff. But sort of what Lori had asked me to do. I serve as a pastor just every day. Don't work with the DC, but you will probably have some extra things to add that I won't be able to share as you work probably more with youth and children. Just a few basic things that I use in my ministry. We'll see how I can do this with this tied down connection here. But I don't, because it's so basic, I didn't even bother to put this online. So I figured you could take your own notes on your iPad, your device, or just write down a few things on this piece of paper. But a lot of it I pray you're familiar with, but if not, here you go. Everybody's familiar with YouTube. I have done a little bit with it, but you don't just watch videos, but you can create videos and put it on it. I've used things for class. I watch out when it comes to using the computer in the classroom because you have all these ads that pop up on the side, so filtering what the students see or don't see. For younger kids, which I work with, junior high students, I'm a little bit more worried about that than maybe you would be with a college student because they've seen it all anyways. But where's it at? Music, video, that's probably it. So YouTube, it's really simple to use. Again, it's not going to connect, but there's a search bar that pops up so you can type in the topic, you can type in somebody's username if you know that, and access all of their videos, and then hit play and show it for the classroom. I'm sure all of you are familiar with, this comes on your iPad, this camera. You can not only snap pictures and share those things with parents and with other students. There's also that video function where you can actually hit record and then record videos and then share those as well. And one thing that I just recently gotten into, YouTube, something called YouTube Capture, where I can take those videos that I've recorded, and then I can there's a lot of rodeo ones on there. Let's see what else we got here. I'm not going to have volume, so you're not going to get to hear it, but took a video at a national youth gathering. Oh, that's the wrong one. I had one of human bowling. That one was pretty cool. Anyways, I've uploaded that video to my YouTube account, and then you can share that with anybody. So from a youth event, or maybe it's something you've done in the classroom as a presentation or project, but then you can share that via those electronic and internet means with family and with friends. Moving along, I use personally, but also in a classroom to pass around an iPad for students to use at various times to read magazines or articles. I'm Lutheran, so I've got the Lutheran Witness on here, and that's a monthly. I download those and then they're available to read and to use. If you flip it the other way, it becomes a little bit bigger. Thad Ward's probably going to cringe when he sees this next one. But I have other magazines and resources, and these have appeared in iBooks. I've got Bible studies that I've downloaded that can be used. I also have, this is the one, my Higher Things magazine, with some articles that I use periodically for students that talk about things that we're discussing, and then we actually share about that in class. So newsstand, iBooks. Keynote is another one. Most of you are familiar with PowerPoint. That's the Apple version of it, which is Keynote. I haven't used that a whole lot, but I kept a couple things on here for you. It's so simple to use when it comes to creating these and using them. If I open it up, a devotion that I used for a bunch of pastors, that was boring. Anyways, if I'm playing it, this is what you see on the screen. For me, I've got a little timer at the top that shows what number slide I'm at, and all you do is swipe a finger and it pops up. And you can have all of the dissolving and different features in there. I didn't for this one. Also, I'm a little cheap. You can buy extra templates for Keynote, but I typically create them on my iMac with ones that I know are compatible, and then it appears with that background, so it's not a boring white background. So I use my devices and put it together like that. I had another fun one. like this one. How to date as a normal person. That was good for my kids. If you want to make 7th and 8th graders cringe, then go through that one. Another thing, going back to Pages, which is that word processor, I really liked how you highlighted those PDF readers and obviously the functions of those later two, but I just used the Adobe one, although I think I'm going to get into one of those now. But with Pages, you can both email or you can save documents as a Pages document, a Word document, or as a PDF. And I like to do that periodically when I want somebody to mess with something that I've sent them over, changes the formatting. So it's a free way to do it, but you don't have all the other options that you
I
mentioned.
want to come back to that later.
Please, please.
Real heavy, so help me remember that.
Excellent, excellent. I'm a musician who plays guitar. I have a couple of lead sheets on here. So if I wanted to, I could set this up here and just have it in front of me, play guitar, and I could have all my documents there instead of a binder with a bunch of music. I don't use that a lot. I'm still partially a paper guy when it comes to certain things. I've used it to lead worship again too, so instead of having the hymnal and also a bunch of other papers and bulletins, I got it all in one place. The only thing is at our church, I had to go in and physically or manually add in some of the music, so it was right there. But what I love about Pages, it's so easy to use, to insert, to drag images, typically. But anyways, to make those things bigger or smaller, to take them out or put them in, and to manipulate it on the page. So that's Pages for you. I mentioned Facebook. That's near the bottom. Do you know how to use Facebook, everybody? Okay. There's a separate one that I've used from time to time called Pages as well. Don't confuse that with the word processing program, but Pages, which you're probably not going to be able to see it because I didn't get back into the internet, but it's a way to manage all the pages you set up with Facebook. I have a youth page, I have a church page, there's a school page, and so as an administrator of those, I get all of my, when somebody's commented, liked, or posted, that all goes there, and I can see that, and I can manage all those pages a little bit easier than using the Facebook app itself. And then just search around in the App Store for stuff. If you want something from a certain publishing house, type into publishing house. I mean, as a Lutheran, I go to Concordia or something Lutheran and just see what pops up. Unfortunately, there's not a whole lot. I hear all these things about Khan Academy and math apps and stuff. There's not a lot religion-wise. Guys, I need you to create some. Get the people at Concordia doing that. So we can integrate those and use those in the classroom. But I like radio programs. You can download apps so you can listen to your radio program. Some church bodies, even the LCMS has an app that allows you to search for members, other directories, even donate, I found, but you can download an app to do that. I don't have it on my iPad, actually. I guess I'm not a good Lutheran, but anyways, you can find those things. And some churches create their own app because of all the ministries and things that are going on. Our national youth gathering, where we brought together 25,000 students from around the country this last July, they put together an app that shared the whole schedule. You could create your own personal schedule, gave information on the city, just a well-organized thing, and it's all right there, usable on this device. One last thing, and then I'll move on and turn it over to Eva. Evie, thank you, sorry. When I'm leading a presentation, specifically using my Pages document, like for a sermon, because I move around a lot, I screw up things. If you look at the bottom of the page there, I click lock rotation, so no matter how I switch this, it doesn't flip around on me, and it always stays facing the same way. So I lock that rotation. I also, where it says auto lock, I just kick it up to 15 or to never if I think I'm going to preach a long time. But that way it doesn't go to sleep on me, it just freaks me out, and I look down, there's a black screen or something. So I'll switch it to 15 or I'll switch it to never, and then this screen will not go black unless I physically hit that sleep button at the top. And then I can just switch it back later so it doesn't drain my battery. There you go. There's just a few ways that I've used in my ministry and a couple of little hints, and I'll turn it over to you.